So previously we've been looking at solving trigonometric equations, okay, and I gave you a 5-step process that I think is very important for you to know. But actually we've only covered the first 4, okay, which is step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Because most of the equations that we've done so far are the simple equations, okay, and the most important thing is we always double check the range. Okay, then after that, we determine the quadrants involved, find the base angle, and then use the base angle to find the angle in the correct quadrant. But anyway, the steps are there. But today, we're going to incorporate the first step, okay, which is to simplify an equation to a single term on each side. Okay, and if possible, most of the time it's possible. Okay, but there are some times that it is not possible. We want to simplify it to a single function. Okay, so let's consider. Right, let's consider this question. You know what? Okay. Let's consider this question in your workbook. Okay, workbook page 93. Okay, workbook page 93. You're supposed to simplify 2 tangent squared x minus 3 tangent x plus 5 equals to 0. Okay, now a good way to do this is always to represent it. Okay, since you know that this one is all tangent and it's tangent, so you already know that, okay, you're kind of almost there. Okay, it is already one function, but we need to simplify this. So what do? Is kita kasih wakil lah. Okay, let u equals to tangent x. Okay, therefore u squared equals to tangent squared x. Okay, as a reminder, remember that the tangent is the function. Okay, the x is just an angle. Tangent is the function, and when we square something, we square the function. Just like when we square u squared kan, u is the function itself. Okay, jadi kalau begitu, ini akan jadi 2u minus 3u plus 5 equals to 0. Okay, 2u minus 3u plus 5 equals to 0. Sorry, 2u squared. Okay, now when you do this, okay, I mean, you know, you've been long enough in admets to know that macam mana kamu mau cari u, there's only one method lah, kan, which is to use EQM. Okay, can I have the answer this, please? What is u? U equals to what? U equals to what for this? Okay, so yeah, let's change this to minus 5. And can I have the u, please?
5 over 2 and negative 1.
Okay, thank you. 5 over 2 and negative 1. So, if this is 5 over 2 and negative 1, so I'm going to use 2u minus 5 and u plus 1, okay, equals to 0. Always this step is a very important step now. But now we come to a situation where, okay, look, now we have u equals to 5 over 2 and u equals to negative 1. Okay, let us put this back. U adalah sama dengan tangent x. Maka, okay, therefore, tangent x equals to 5 over 2 and tangent x equals to negative 1. Okay, then you do the same step as we have always been doing. Determine the range. Sorry, range is 0 to 360. Okay, since everything is x, no problem lah, kita kekalkan 360 ya. Okay, let's consider situation number 1 first. Okay, situation number 1, what quadrant are we talking about? Tangent 5 over 2, positive. What quadrants are we talking about?
1 and 3.
First and third.
Okay, quadrant 1 and quadrant 3. Okay, base angle?
68.2.
68 point, if there is more than 2 decimal places, can you give me 3?
68.19.
198.
Okay, 198 now. Let's go for that. All right. So quadrant 1 will be the exact same. Okay, 68.198. Okay, quadrant 3?
248.198.
248.19. Oh yeah, okay, 248.198 degrees. Okay, so 2 answers over here. Now situation number 2 is this. Tangent x equals to negative 1. Okay, so same thing. Quadrants. Which quadrants are involved? Always two quadrants.
2 and 4.
Okay, 2 and 4. Okay, base angle. Sorry, I'm laughing on my own. There's a reason why. Base angle, please. Base angle kita tidak pertimbangkan negatif, remember. We only just take the number.
45.
Okay, 45 degrees. All right, so in quadrant 2 and quadrant 4, what is the angle in quadrant 2 and quadrant 4?
Quadrant 2 is 135.
Okay, quadrant 4.
315.
135.
All right, 3. Yeah, okay, sorry. 315. All right, so notice here that we now have 4 answers and all 4 are correct because they are still within 360 degrees. Okay, and we find that this thing happens especially when either we have double angles or we have functions that have square in them. Okay, when there is square, then there will usually be 4 answers. Okay, but the thing about this is this the thing about this question is whenever you're faced with this kind, you can't really do much already. Dua-dua pun sudah tangent, which is what we want, a single function. Okay, and the only thing now is that it has become square. So we simplify it into a form that we are familiar with, and then after that we do step 2, 3, 4, and 5 as we have always been doing since last week. Okay, so this is a boleh kira sebagai teknik menjawab soalan finding the solution, except that you're using trigonometry to help you to do this. Okay, question number 2 is the exact same except that you're using cos . Okay, so whenever you see a square and everything is one function which is semua adalah tangent atau semua adalah cos, okay, then you can start to use this method. Okay, and this is a very, very popular type of question, especially in paper 1. Okay, paper 1, every question is compulsory, right? No, ada juga pilihan tapi in paper 1, this is a very common type of question. Okay, we want to see solution of trigonometric functions. You just basically do what you've been doing since form 4, okay, quadratic functions, except that now you incorporate trigonometry into it. Okay, all right. Let's look at another question, but I want to look at page 94. Now we are going to look at the, the real questions. Okay, let's take a look at number 1. So, if you've noticed so far, so far we have done nothing with number 1. We have not looked at the basic identity, we have not looked at the addition formula, we have not looked at the double angle formula. Okay, because I want to give you that, that foundation of what you need to do when you have already simplified. Okay. Now we're going to take a look at questions that require you to use all these formulas together. So it's probably a good idea if you have like a short sticky note or something. Okay, you copy down the double angle formula supaya dia boleh jadi rujukan lah. Okay, if you're using a laptop, put it on the sticky note and then stick over here so that you don't have to belik-belik. Because after a while, once you're used to it, then it will be okay one. All right. Let's take a look. 3 secant squared x equals to 5, 1 plus tangent x. Okay. Now, first thing you notice is that there is a secant over here. And the second thing you notice is that there is a tangent over here. Okay. And if you remember from our basic identities, okay, we think back to the basic identity. Okay. What is the basic identity that connects secant and tangent? It doesn't have to be tangent squared. It doesn't have to be tangent squared this one. But the other connection was secant and tangent. Okay, what is the basic identity that is involved?
1 plus tangent square A equals to secant square A.
Okay, 1 plus tangent squared x or A equals to secant squared x. Okay, and the reason why we want to do this is we already know that there is a tangent here. Okay, we already know there is a tangent here. So since there is an identity, kita sub ini ke dalam sini. And so you will get 3 times 1 plus tangent squared x equals to I'm going to multiply this in. Okay, 5 plus 5 tangent x. Okay, and then we can, this is the same question, almost the same question now, okay, as we just did just now. Okay, let me multiply this in. 3 tambah 3 tangent squared x. Let me bring everything across. Minus 5 tangent x equals to 0. Okay, simplify it, it will become 3 tangent squared x. Kan? Minus 5 tangent x minus 2 equals to 0. Okay, saya hanya akan buat sampai sini saja. I just want to show you how the identities are used, okay, so that you can simplify it. Now, whenever, I know, so, as somebody who is just starting out, okay, like all of you, it is very, very natural. Let me tell you, it is not wrong, but it is very natural if the first instinct that you get is you want to change secant to become 1 over cos squared x, and then tangent to become sine x over cos x. Okay, it's very, very natural. You want to, you want to use familiar terms like sine cos. But having said that, can I use this method to solve the equation? Yes, you can. You can substitute the secant squared x sebagai 1 over cos squared x and the tangent x sebagai sine x over cos x. You will get the same function. Okay, you will get the same function in the end, except that it's going to be very, very complicated. It will get very complicated along the way. So the idea is to use the simplest way possible, especially when there is an identity involved. Kalau basic identity involved, then use the basic identities to help you. Because the calculator can only do sine, cos, tangent for you. It can't do secant, it can't do cosecant, it can't do cotangent. I mean shift, the shift, this one, shift cos, shift sine, shift tangent. It doesn't have shift secant, shift cosecant, and shift cotangent. Tiada. Okay, so, and so, macam mana saya mau tahu kaedah yang saya perlu guna? Hanya satu cara saja, ladies and gentlemen. Kamu kena practice. Dan practice banyak-banyak. Okay? Because, practicing will help you to see. After a while kan dia macam, begini saja. Like, okay, kau sudah pro, boleh goyang kaki sudah. Okay, but the starting, okay, mau mula untuk menyelesaikan ni kan, that's always the tough part. Okay, so, saya berhenti setakat ini. Okay, you are going to expect 4 answers, people. Okay, you will have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you will have 4 answers for this. Sebab dia adalah squared. Okay, so always expect that lah, especially when you have a squared punya soalan. Okay, let's do number 2. Okay, number 2. Sorry, I'm having a lot of fun with my tab for some reason or another. Okay, 6 cos squared x plus sine x minus 1 equals to 0. Okay. Again, the same thing over here. You have 2 different functions. One is cos, one is sine. It's either you change everything become sine or you change everything become cos. Okay, what would you suggest? Anybody? Any suggestion?
Tukar the cos square pergi 1 minus sine square x.
All right, very good. Okay, cos squared x is, remember the basic identity, cos squared x plus sine squared x equals to 1. Okay, and the reason why we do that is we know that we can use cos squared x equals to 1 minus sine squared x dan gantikan ke dalam sini so that everything becomes sine. And then you can do, macam ni again lah, you will have 4 answers. Let's do question number 3. Okay, all right, so number 3 is 2 cos x minus 45 degrees equals to 3 sine x. Okay, this one you kind of have no choice lah. Okay, you have an addition formula over there. So what you will probably want to do, okay, is to do the cos x cos 45 plus sine x sine 45. Okay, Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, fine. Equals to 3 sine x. Now, let's get a few things off first. Cos 45 and sine 45. Okay, cos 45 and sine 45 are special values. Can anybody tell me what is cos 45, sine 45? Okay, 1 over square root 2, 1 over square root 2. Okay, equals to 3 sine x. Okay, let's do this again. Let me bring out the 1 over square root 2. So 2 over square root 2 cos x plus sine x. Okay, equals to 3 sine x. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let's not make this more difficult. Sorry. Okay. Plus 2 over square root 2 sine x. Begitulah. Okay, saya kasih darab masuk. Okay, and then what's going to happen is I bring this across. You know why I'm bringing this across? Because 2 over square root 2 cos x equals to 3 sine x minus 2 over square root 2 sine x. Okay, hang on there, guys, hang on there. So 2 over square root 2 cos x equals to, I'm going to factorize this, 3 minus 2 over square root 2. Okay, sine x. Okay, now let me simplify this a little bit. Is it possible for me to simplify this? This will be 3 square root 2 minus 2 over square root 2. Okay, sine x 2 over square root 2 cos x. Because you know what's going to happen over here? What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it over. So I'm going to bring this sign over here and I'm going to bring this over here. Okay, so what you're going to get is on the right side it's going to be sine x over cos x. You know why I'm going to do that? Because sine x over cos x is tangent x. I want it to be one single function. Because I cannot do anything much, There's no square for me to work with. There is no other formula I can use. Okay, so the best is change the sine and cos to tangent. And so what happens on this side is you will get 2 over 3 square root 2 minus 2. Okay, I will leave you to work this out. Macam mana kalau saya bawa ini kan, kenapa ini square root 2 akan hilang? Because they will cancel each other out. Okay, so you're going to get tangent x equals to 2 over 3 square root 2 minus 2. Okay, now can somebody please calculate this carefully? This one you can use calculator. What is the answer for 2 over 3 square root 2 minus 2?
In decimal, sir. 0.891.
Okay, 0.89, I think it's 2.
Yeah.
Okay, about that lah. Okay, so lepas ni kamu boleh buat sudahlah. You will have 2 answers. Okay, one in quadrant 1 and the other one is in quadrant 3. All science teachers, yeah. Okay, but but this is how it is lah. Okay, if you have a value, okay, you will have to substitute the value. Kind of no choice over there lah. Okay, but then after that, all this semua ini is just basic maths. Okay, pindah-pindah nombor and insert around, except that it involves cos and sine. Okay, all right. But the good thing is there's only 2 answers for this lah. Okay, unlike before where you have 4 answers. Begini. Okay, this is 4 answers. This also is 4 answers. Okay, so it's like very long-winded lah. Okay, let's try another one. Number 4. Okay, 3 sine x minus 60 equals to 2 sine x. Probably about the same. Yeah, this is probably the same as the one that we did before. Okay, but let's do this first lah. So 3 sine x cos 60 minus cos x sine 60 equals to 2 sine x. Can I have sine 60 and cos 60, please?
Cos 60, 1 over 2.
1 over 2. Sine 60? Should be square root 3 over 2.
Square root 3 over 2.
Okay, square root 3 over 2. Okay, so now we come to a conundrum lah. Now both of them have the different value. Just now there is the same value. Okay, no worry. Okay, we still do the same thing that we've always done. Okay, so we multiply the 3 in both times. Okay, we're gonna get 3 times half will be 3 over 2 lah. 3 over 2 sine x minus 3 times square root 3 over 2 cos x equals to 2 sine x. Okay, let me bring the 3 over 2 across. Okay, I'm going to get negative 3 square root 3 over 2 cos x equals to 2 sine x minus 3 over 2 sine x. Okay, so 2 and 3 over 2, 2 telak 3 per 2, you'll get half sine x. And this one will be minus 3 square root 3 over 2 cos x. Okay, I'm going to bring the cos across and bring the 2 up. So I'll get minus 3 square root 3 equals to sine x over cos x. What is the value for this, please? Negative 3 times square root 3.
Negative
5.196.
Negative 5.196. Okay, about lah. Okay, negative, not 197, but okay lah, fine. Negative 5.196, and this will give you 2 answers again in quadrant 2 and quadrant 4. Okay, so this is also another type of question that involves a lot of perpindahan lah. Number 3 and number 4 are another type of question that is very commonly seen, that we use the addition formula. Okay, the addition formula. I have seen questions that use the addition formula, tapi dia orang pakai tangent. Okay, you remember the tangent addition formula is like, okay, but yeah, there you go lah. Okay, so but the tangent addition formula, yeah, it can be very complicated lah. Okay, but I've seen questions like that before lah. Okay, but usually when there's an addition formula involved, then we usually try to pindah, and then usually it's just one function with 2 answers. Okay, let's continue. Number 5. Okay, number 5. Just a reminder, guys. This one is not done yet, Okay, I'm just stopping here because we've covered how to do this in our previous class. So yang ini kamu teruskan sampai kamu dapat 2 jawapan. Same thing. Determine the quadrant, find the base angle, determine the angle in the correct quadrant. All right. Number 5. Okay, this is where we are. Tangent x, tangent 2x equals to 5. Tangent 2x. Okay, we kind of have no choice here lah. Ini memang double angle. Okay, there's no other way to go around this. Can somebody tell me what is the formula for tangent 2x, please?
2 tangent a over 1 minus tangent square a. X lah, x.
Okay, 1 minus tangent
Square x.
squared x. Okay, equals to 5. Okay, now this one experience will tell you lah. Okay, kalau kamu mau, since everything is tangent, what you can do to make things easier is make everything into one letter. Okay, let u equals to tangent x. So this will become u 2u over 1 minus u squared equals to 5. Okay, I'm going to bring this up, so I'll get 2u squared equals to 5, 1 minus u squared. 2u squared equals to 5 minus 5u squared. And you kind of know where this is going already lah. Well, I hope you can see where this is going lah. Okay, so I'm going to bring this across. So here is 0. Minus 7u squared plus 5. You get u equals to?
0.845.
Okay, and?
Negative 0.845.
Okay, negative 0.845. Still the same thing. Tangent x equals to 0.845 and tangent x equals to negative 0.845. I would rather you do this, okay, because ini kita pernah buat ini. Okay, we stick to the EQN method to get this one, and because this is a square function, so kita memang expect akan ada 4 answers. Okay, so this will be quadrant 1 and quadrant 3. This will be quadrant 2 and quadrant 4. Okay, the same thing lah, like we did in the first question just now. Except that now we use double angle formula. Okay, the last question in this set lah. Okay, is 3 sine 2x equals to 5 cos x. Okay, this one is use double angle. Sine 2x, please, somebody.
Two sin x cos x.
Okay, 2 sine x cos x. All right, equals to 5 cos x. Okay, so this will give us 6 sine x cos x equals to 5 cos x. And you kind of know where this is going now. Dua ada cos x bahkan. So you can potong. So you get 6 sine x equals to 5. Sine x equals to 5 over 6. And you can go on and carry on already lah. Okay, so again, the simplifying part lah. Okay, the simplifying part, if you ask me, the most difficult part about the simplifying part is not so much the double angle, but actually more on the addition formula. Okay, like we saw just now. Okay, like this one. Okay, this is the addition formula. This one is a little bit tough. And the other one is, of course, the identity lah. Okay, knowing the identity really helps, because when you have the identity, you can bring it all into one. So the questions in page 93, 94, 95. I think you guys can answer that if you want. I've already shown you how to do this one. Just go ahead and find the solution for this. What I want you to do for your work today is page 98. Okay, yeah. I wanted you to do page 98, question number 3, all the way to question number 8. 6 questions. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, question number 3, number 5, and number 6. Okay. Question number 3, number 5, number 6 are around the same, this one. Okay, use the right angle triangle, okay, to help you. Question number 4, number 7, number 8. This one is the solving equation yang kita bincang ini hari lah. Okay, so question 3, 5, and 6 is more on a revision. Okay, revision on what we have done in in the first subtopic. Okay, and then questions 4, 7, and 8 is more towards what we've been doing today. Okay, I kind of want you to revise this, because when we go into solving problems, this will become a lot more useful for us.